Frenzy fans, I trust that you're all well. Today's workout is called the Forearm Frenzy. What we're going to be doing is a couple of different forearm exercises and grip strength exercises, and those are going to be alternated with some cardio spikes. So what you will be needing for this workout is a broom, okay, any type of broom, or if you have a sledgehammer that actually works a lot better, but broom is good. A sweat towel, 2 squash balls, and 2 equal weights. Alright guys, let's go into some demonstrations and let's go from there. Cool. Okay guys, the first exercise we're going to be doing is called towel twists. So for that we'll obviously be using our towel. Now what we're going to be doing here is we're going to look at the first function of the forearm, which is primarily you have flexion and extension of the forearm. Okay, so with the towel we're going to look just like you would wring out some wet clothes or something, like a wet towel. We're going to be wringing it out, straight arms, and that's 1. We're going to wring out nice and slow, full tension, that's 2. Make sure you're grabbing the towel with all your might. 1 arm in flexion, 1 arm in extension. We're going to keep alternating, and we're going to do that for 20. Okay, immediately after your 20, you're going to grab your squash balls, and the first one, you're going to grab the squash balls with your ring finger and your pinky finger, and you're going to just try and squeeze the balls while you do this one, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3 sprints. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Right, all the while keeping tension over here. Okay, and we're going to do 20 of those. Okay guys, the next function of the forearm that we're going to be looking at is radial deviation. Okay, so your radial bone, the top bone of your forearm over here, so radial deviation is just that movement right over there. Okay, so the exercise you're going to do is you're going to grab your broom, whatever difficulty you're choosing. Obviously this will be easier with less leverage. If you want to do full leverage, then you'll take it on the edge. Okay, you're going to stand arm straight, hold your shoulder so that your shoulder doesn't lift to aid, and you're going to be doing lifts just like that, nice and slow, keeping full grip. Okay, you don't want to relax your hand at any time. You want to grip as hard as you can at all times onto the broomstick, and you're going to be doing 10 of those nice and slow. Okay, 10 on each side, and straight afterwards you're going to grab your squash balls again. This time we're doing middle finger and index finger. So yeah, middle finger and index finger. Okay, you're going to grab it and squeeze it as hard as you can, and we're going to be doing tuck jacks throughout. Okay, so tuck jacks. Right, you do 20 of those, all the while keeping tension over here. Okay, cool. Okay, the next function of the forearm that we're going to be looking at is ulnar deviation. Okay, so the ulnar bone is at the back side, and similarly to the radial deviation, it's just moving backwards now, so this movement over there. Right, so similarly we're going to grab our broomstick, okay, arm straight, holding the shoulder down so that it doesn't help, and you're going to be lifting backwards, and nice and slow, always gripping all your might onto the broomstick, so not relaxing the grip at any point. Nice and slow, lots of tension, and you're going to be doing 10 of those on each side. Okay, immediately afterwards you'll be grabbing your squash balls again. This time you're going to do a thumb squeeze on the top of your hands over here, and you're going to be doing 20 sumo squats with the jump. Okay. Alright, 20 of those guys, always keeping tension in the thumbs. Okay guys, the last function of the forearm that we're going to be looking at is supination and pronation, which is twisting of the wrist. Okay, supination is going to be coming up here, and pronation is going down there. Okay, so this one is the one that we need our weights. You grab your weights, nice and slow, and you're going to come up into supination and try and twist the wrist as much as possible. And you're going to pronate on the way down as slow as possible to gain some tension and use advantage of gravity there. Nice and slow reps here guys. Nice and slow reps, and we'll be doing 20 of those. Alright guys, that's the last one. After that you're going to do a nice burnout session. with your squash racket and squash ball. You're going to be doing 5 minutes of chipping on the forehand side and 5 minutes of chipping on the backhand side. What's interesting is that you might notice that when you're doing your forehand chipping, if you've gained some awareness, you're going to be using primarily the flexion of your forearm in that forehand. And when doing your backhand chipping, you'll find that there's a lot of flexion going on over here on the top side of the forearm. And it's just interesting to get that awareness and see that these muscles are being used every time we hold a racket. Obviously, the radial deviation and the ulnar deviation, it's being used every time we cock our wrist or we uncock our wrist to try and flick a ball. It's all being used, and obviously the supination and the pronation is being used in all of our shots as the wrist is twisting continuously. So this is a great workout just to keep your wrist nice and healthy, to keep your elbow nice and healthy, and obviously everything works together. So if you can keep this section of your arm nice and healthy, your shoulder will benefit, your back will benefit, and so on and so forth. I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.